Hello everyone, thanks for stopping by. We're here to show you really quick quick review of the Suzuki DR650 front crash bar made by dirtrax.com. Those folks in Canada make a couple of really nice products, and this is actually one of them. I just want to show you really quick. This is again a front crash bar for the DR650, the Suzuki DR650, and it's a 3-point attachment system where you have your back support attached to the foot pegs, and also your front support is attached to the front engine support bolt. Alright, as you can take a look at it here, just want you to take an overview look at it and see the finish. This is a texturized powder coat finish. You can take weld patterns, actually really great. The beads are nice and thick, so really enhances the support between the tubes. Take a look at it as well as in there. So looks like an overall very well finished product. So now I'm going to go ahead and just install it for you guys, and hopefully we'll answer some of the questions regarding spacing and for skid plates or spacing by the oil filter. So we probably have some information in that regard. Alright, and you're here ready for the installation. Couple of tools that you will be needing are a 12mm socket, as well as a 12mm wrench. Those are to remove the bolts and to reinstall the crash bar on the front part of the sections here. This crash bar will attach to the middle bolt here. That's a 12mm, and it has a 12mm nut on the other end. On the back side, as I said before, you have two bolts in at each foot peg. Front will be the ones that actually you will attach that to, so you need that 14mm socket for your front foot peg. Alright, now I'm just gonna go ahead and unbolt some of those. As you can see, I guess already started. It's fairly easy, but it's a lot easier if I don't have to manage with the camera. Alright, so we are ready for the installation here. I removed the bolts I was talking about previously. 12mm, 14mm wrench. And yeah, it's pretty much a bolt-on installation, so as you can see, it fits pretty nice. Let's just go ahead and one thing that I forgot to mention before was to make sure that you use some blue Loctite on your threads. That way you don't deal with any loose bolts on the road, especially for these type of motorcycles. So just put this guy right in there. Then just proceed to do the same for the foot peg. And one thing that I decided to, and this is just personal option, I'm going to put the washer of the foot peg before the actual crash bar support, and I think that will probably be the best option to keep isolated, or keep the foot peg isolated from the vibration of the engine. The guys at dirtrax will probably tell me probably something different, so this is again something of personal preference here. So again, just gonna go ahead and do this real quick, and obviously there's some little wiggling to do here in order for foot peg bolt to get in. Just have to lift it from the other side. Bring it in together. Scotch up on the other side. Boom. This guy is in. Now just to the other side, repeat. The other foot peg should be close to the bar as well in the other side. So what I will say at this point is to not thread anything too much. Just probably there's some wiggle room that needs to be available in the other side. Let's look at it and see. Alright, you can look at it right there. So that's pretty much right there. So again, pretty nice. Guys said Dirt Racks pretty much did exactly what they should do, which is provide a very precise product. So there's not a whole lot of wrestling with the parts needed for us. So just gonna go ahead again and repeat the procedure. Just take the washer out, put a little bit of Loctite. This is a gel version, which is, I think it's great, holds on pretty well. Then again, personal preference here, but put the washer in the back. Just wiggle it through and boom. So we have both of them installed. Again, there's a little bit of fitting to do, particularly here at. So once I get everything bolted in, I'm pretty sure this will come out. So just hold on for a few seconds and I will show you guys the finished product. Alright, here I want to show you really quick the finished product. So this is how the front crash bar of dirtyracks.com fits on a DR650. It was I can say overall it's a pretty bolt-on installation. You have the first or the back support on foot pegs. One thing that I wanted to mention about this setup is this probably could be some little bit of room for improvement, is the spacing in between the oil cooler right there and the muffler are actually fairly small. And I think this is just a hint for people at Dirt Racks. If you can somewhat increase the hole size on the front support. What I mean by this is, let me just go around here real quick. If you can have some more space, either have another hole or some other longer space here for this bolt, so we users can have some wiggle room to push back or forward the front bar here. Obviously they will both pivot on the back support, so that wouldn't be a problem, but maybe a little bit more wiggle room here on this part will allow us to increase the space in between this. I say that just for two reasons. Obviously these motorcycles vibrate a lot, so that could eventually have contact with either the muffler or the oil cooler. That actually the clearance on the oil cooler is a lot smaller. It's less than maybe a few millimeters, maybe 1 or 2. So, and also second, in the event of an actual crash or any something heavy hitting the crash bar, you know, we kind of defeat the purpose to have it so close to the part that you want to protect. So you want to have that a little bit further to the front. But all in all, it's a great product, great finish. As you can see, it's pretty sturdy, pretty beefy. I can stand up right here. I mean, you can you won't be able to see it on the video, but you can stand up here and it wouldn't do a wink. And that's actually the finish. I had scratched him a couple of times, or attempt to scratch him using some wrenches around, and the product, the finish is really strong. So I will expect a good 10-12 years of good coverage in regards of the actual finish. So it looks like a pretty much of a durable lifetime product. Alright, so here to just give you a little bit more information about the front crash bar here, made by dirtracks.com. Just want to give you a brief of dimensions. Notice that some of you guys want to install this with a skid plate, and that will probably be just fine, but I just want you to give you a little bit of metrics on how much space do you have in case you're looking to get one of these and just wondering about the distance for a skid plate. So the distance between foot peg and foot peg support bars, it's about 11 and a half inches, or about 29 centimeters for those of you who have metrics. So as you move forward, actually that space increases. It goes from 1.5 to about 12 inches or 31 centimeters here. Then obviously becomes larger as you move back. So it actually goes, once you start on the tube system here, it goes up to 14, increases, goes to 15 here, 15 inches or 38 centimeters, then goes up and obviously increases quite a bit up here. Alright, so if you have a skid plate that is about 11 and a half inches down here, you will probably be just fine, or at least 11 and a half or less. Another question that I got from some of you guys was in regards of the spacing in between the actual crash bar and the filter here in the Suzuki DR650. Obviously here you can see that, you know, this portion of the crash bar, it's a little bit forward, so it has plenty of space, but instead of giving you an idea, I will just give you the number. Here from the actual oil filter to the beginning of the tube, you have about 45 millimeters, or about 1 3/4 of an inch. So you have 1 3/4 and 48, or about 48 centimeters. 48 millimeters. So that would be 4.8 centimeters. So you have about almost 2 inches of space in between the oil filter and the tube, and that is obviously of this tiny corner here. So basically you have plenty of space to work on your oil filter during your oil change. And overall, I mean, this is a great bar. I think it's really sturdy. You can see that it will really protect your equipment, particularly your engine, from any debris or any sort of flying object or something else. In case of you actually letting down the bike, you will protect it against damage. So yeah, right now I just installed it, so I will give it a good couple hundred miles on the road, and I'll be back with some feedback from you guys. All right, that will be it for this setup here, and I'll be working in the pannier rack from dirtracks.com as well pretty soon.